telling you, I signed it up nicely. I had no money in my checking account. I was freaking out because I ventured, I dived right in the pool, and I wanted to get involved. And we did it, and we started making money again. It was crazy. And I helped Citibank expand nationally. We did a SBLI USA New York helped expand nationally. This 9/11 happened. My son was home and was freaking me out. I was in an airplane that morning. I lost 6 friends at 9/11. So when I hear the cancer and all that stuff, I had some challenges in my life. Freaked me out. Drove home and sold book of business and was regional with all states. I wanted to stay locally. That was by choice. They sent me to Australia. They talk really funny out there. And I came back and started doing wealth management. So I dealt with a lot of millionaires and stuff. I was training stockbrokers how to deal with life insurance. I'll show you how to do that. And then all of a sudden, I cut this big deal in Connecticut. And I was ready to make that move in my life. And they were throwing stupid money at me because I was training stockbrokers and they wanted access to it. And I get this phone call from a recruiter. And this recruiter, I used to send her 15 people a month for 15 years. That was a really good relationship I had with her. And I go, so what do you need, Trish? And she says, no, you need to go to Texas. I go, for what? You're gonna meet this guy, Patrick and Greg. I go, who's Patrick and Greg? I'll give you somebody. She goes, no, you gotta go. It's like God shined a light and kind of forced to nudge me in this direction. And I go, Trish, I really don't want to go to Texas. I'm not a fan of Texas. You gotta go. I go, okay. Her friend was friends with Patrick, his whole craziness, and I go, okay, I'll do it. And I ended up that communication, and Patrick talks to you and you can't leave. It's like, you're done. I'm in. So I didn't know who Patrick was. Long story short, my oldest son is turning 20, was following for 3 years. And it was this crazy thing. Here I am, and I really believe in the movement. I really feel what you're hearing today about PHP being the Google of the insurance industry, it is without a doubt. I've done it all in the insurance industry and securities license, you name it, I've done it. I've never seen anything like this. I've heard of, what's that company, Probably what?
Probably what?
America and W, whatever, I've heard of them. As a matter of fact, when I helped Citibank expand nationally, one of the attorneys in New York State, Primerica is not allowed to be called Primerica New York, by the way. Did you guys know that? They're called National Benefit Life. They are not allowed in New York State. And National Benefit Life, their attorney on 34th Street, I met him because he was part of Citibank at that time. Citibank owned them. They didn't want anybody to know. They owned Primerica. Primerica's told everywhere. They were owned by Citigroup. Okay. So I ended up flying out to Atlanta, helping them set up their operations center. So I got to see what they're about. I'm not happy. Anyway, so I got my fingers in everything at some point in my industry. In the industry. And when I met Patrick, I kind of fell in love. Like, oh my God, this is the best of what they have to offer. It's insane. And folks tell me sometimes when you're recruiting, what's the difference between Primerica and PHP? Sounds so much alike. And I go, listen, it's not. It is night and day. Where it's alike is the recruiting. Sounds very similar. Where it's like maybe a Tuesday night to Saturday. Where it's different, Primerica creates product, and they're very expensive. And they take a page of concepts this thick, they pull one page, and they try to force it on people. My term, invest the rest. Their term insurance is extremely expensive. I'm telling you that, you can test it out if you want. We're different. We're an insurance agency. We actually, like a doctor, will run an exam on a client, and once a prospect or patient. And once we've come up and looked at everything from A to Z, then we'll open up the medicine cabinet and we'll apply a solution. Big difference. So when someone asks you how you guys different, aside from the fact we had Kobe Bryant and George Bush at our thing, and we're listed on the U.S. Congressional Hall of Records, which they're not, but I didn't mention that. We're an agency. We don't care about the insurance companies, we care about the clients. Primerica, they're salespeople. They're drug dealers, we're doctors, we're physicians. See the difference? Does that help you a little bit? I know, but I'm being polite because in front of a prospect, and this is something that we're going to get into this, but I'm just giving you an overview. In front of a prospect, I would never tell them they made a stupid decision. Although I know they did, but I would never tell them that. Because in their mind, they're thinking, oh, I got screwed once, I'm going to let you fool me again. Ain't going to happen. You get my drift? So we want to do right by them. And again, the perspective is we're there to help you. We don't give out the insurance company. So anyway, with that said, does that help you a little bit? Give you a little background? I have to get that out of the way because I was told I don't do that enough. It's 9
Nice.
I live in New York. I report directly to Patrick. I have an office in Dallas. I'm never either. I'm all over the country. I haven't been home in 3 weeks. I was there for 3 hours and I jumped around. I got permission to travel again, which is kind of cool. 20-year-old who's in college is going into his third year. Thank God I kissed the ground he walks on, got a full ride, saved me $300 grand. My little one says he could do better. I told him if he does, he gets a car. So I'm pushing him to be, that's my wife, funny. She pushes him to be the best that he can. And I love what I do. And sometimes Patrick, I'll in the office, he goes, "Are you tired yet?" I go, "No, freaking pumped." I love sharing and try to amplify what he does. People do ask me what I do. How many of you go to church? Anybody? I'll tell you a quick story. This is a long story, but it's back. I think you heard this is the last time. I got into the wealth management side, and I was training stockbrokers how to sell life insurance. And the guy who was managing the whole thing in Manhattan said to me, "You know, Brandon, can you do me a favor? Everyone is riding the boat." I go, "What the heck does that mean, riding the boat?" He says, "Yeah, when the attorney's speaking, they're doing this." And they're falling asleep. So I go, "Okay, riding the boat. So what do you want me to do?" He says, "Just tell a joke or something. Pump them up a little bit." "Okay, whatever you want." He goes, "Please, Brandon, I know you. No religious, no political jokes." And I know in Ohio, that's not a cool thing. Anybody from Ohio here?
Yeah, there's a couple.
So, you know, you got to be kind of respectful and do the right thing. So, like, all right, so I get up there and I start doing what I'm doing now. And a young guy gets up. He goes, "What makes you so different than all the other insurance people?" And I go, "Well, you know, St. Peter is." And of course, I look at my friend. He's like, "Oh no," he walked away. And I go, "Well, the way it works is St. Peter greets people in heaven. And the first person he greets, the person says, he goes, 'What you do for a living?' He goes, 'I was a New York City cab driver.'" You know, yellow cabs. You ever watch movies? You know, he goes, "Those crazy guys who go through lights, drive on sidewalks, and freaks people out." He says, "Yes." He goes, "That's wonderful." He gives him a beautiful silk robe, a beautiful golden wine. He steps aside. He says, "Welcome to heaven." The next guy shows up. Now watch my friend. He takes out his handkerchief. He's going like this. And the next person comes up, St. Peter greets him. He goes, "What you do for a living?" He goes, "I was a preacher, better than any priest, better than any rabbi. I walked the golden rule." He's going on and on for about 20, 30 minutes. And he goes, "I did this and I did that." And St. Peter goes, "That's wonderful." So he gives him a cotton blanket, opens up the window, breaks a branch, and he hands him a branch. And the guy backs up and St. Peter goes, "What's wrong?" He says, "I don't get it. That crazy New York City cab driver who goes through lights, drives on sidewalks, freaks everybody out, and risks people's lives. You're giving him a beautiful silk robe and a beautiful golden rod. Here I am, a preacher, but any priest, but any rabbi." I said, "No, you give me a stick in a cup blanket. I don't get it." So St. Peter looks at him and he says, "Listen, I love you, but I gotta tell you, when you were preaching, people were struggling to stay awake." He says, "You see that crazy New York City cab driver? The guy runs through intersections, drives on sidewalks, almost runs people over, freaks people out?" He says, "Yes." He says, "When he was driving, his passengers, they actually prayed." I'm looking at my buddy, you know, he shakes his neck, goes like this, he goes like this.
There you go, Dr. Boland.
We're going to get through today. We're going to take a little break in between. And sometimes I'm going to talk fast. I'm sounding like I'm here, but I'm going to throw it together. The expectation in the end, I want to make sure that we uncover your fears. We're going to ask you questions, interactions. In the end, think of me as a cab driver. I'd like to put you from A, bring you from A to Z. You're going to start riding immediately. I don't have time to wait 2 months, 3 months. You were promised stuff, and when you're recruiting people, you're promising them some stuff too. You want to make sure you deliver. If you're not delivering, you're wasting our time. So we're going to get involved in this, in the thick of things. But I want to ask you a couple of questions. Can you write this down? A lot of interaction. Those videos, if you want, Bill, can you share with them? Because I want you guys interacting.
Yeah.
It's cool to hold that stuff up, but I want you writing. Get paper and pen. We're here to make money. And I promise you, Bill's going to share it, email him. He's going to email everything to you. So I want you guys engaged. Okay? We'll have the videographer do it for you. Okay? So write these 3 words. Raise up lights. RAISE. UP. And then who's the lights? LIGHTS.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, they always make fun of me because I'm from New York. Grew up in New York, lived in Brooklyn, Bronx. I'm in Westchester County.
Brooklyn.
My hair was down here. Running out of it, but
Brooklyn.
I had a lot. I'm not in the suit today because I ran out of clothes. The last 3 weeks I've been. Oh, where that guy was? We were talking earlier. San Diego. First I was in Santa Ana. Drove an hour to Woodland Hills. Went to Dallas for a meeting. Went to New York for 3 hours. Went to San Diego. Dallas to a meeting. San Diego. And then I stopped in Atlanta. I'm here. I go to New York for 2 days. And then I go out to I'm all over the place, but I love what I do. So everyone, wherever I go, they will say, "Where you from again?" Start talking 5 minutes. "I know where you're from, New York." I come down. I'm like, "What an basket." Anyway, so you write the 3 words. What are they again?
Raise
You
up
guys
lights.
say it slowly together. First word, raise.
Up lights.
Do it again.
Raise up lights.
One more time.
Raise up lights.
What do Australians shave with? Say it again. You guys get it? Say it loud together.
Raise up lights.
You see, you're speaking Australian. You don't even know it. I go with this, I'm afraid of, I'm scared when I go home, and I got permission. We're married over 30 years, so I got permission to go around. So my kids are older, and my wife says, when I was trying to decide, am I going to go to Connecticut, like a crazy deal, am I going to do this? And I said, what are your thoughts? She goes, you used to do that before, and you liked it. She goes, yeah, I think you should do this. And I go, why? She goes, it added 30 more years to our marriage. I'm like, wait a minute, make sure he's 90 years old, I want half. Really, I want half. Anyway, so I'm always afraid of the pantry. So when I can't find something in the kitchen, I freak out and start getting a twitch. And I'll tell you why. Because I was scared to death of opening the pantry and start looking for this stuff. And I start taking things out. And then when I can't find it, I get yelled from my wife. Honey, I can't find it. She's like, well, it's not going to jump out and do a dance for you. So here I am, like, here we go. So now I feel my heart pumping faster, and I'm sweating, and I'm taking more things out. 3 hours pass. Honey, I still can't find it. And this is what I hear. I'll never tell if you need it. It's right here. And I freak out. And I'm like, man, I'm there for hours. It's right in front of me. It drives me nuts. Does this sound familiar? Oh, yeah. Man, it happens to me all the time. So I don't even want to get into that kitchen. It's like, freaks me out. It's like this business, it's kind of cool. This business is phenomenal. I'm doing it for a long time. I made stupid money, and I use that word freely. Stupid money. Well, I didn't even know what the heck to do with it when I was younger. Didn't pay rent. I was single, no responsibilities. We were talking earlier, right? And this was me. Just throw money up and down. I didn't know what to do with it. It was sick. And now I respect those days because now I got a lot of responsibilities. But I will tell you, the answer to success in this business is right in front of you. So my goal is to try to draw it out on you and try to help you understand. But first, nothing's going to happen unless I hear from you. So I need what's your name again?
Milan.
I can hear.
Milan.
I'm sorry.
Milan.
Milan, can you step up here for a minute? We need your handwriting again. So what I want to do, I'm sorry, if you don't mind, I'd like you to just stand over. Just write, starting from here, write some of the concerns. How many of you sold insurance before? Nobody? Oh my God. What are your fears? Huh? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anytime. At any point in your life, you ever sold insurance? Yeah. For those of you who haven't, raise your hands. Good. Let's start with you. What is your fear? Honestly, the door's closed. Whatever stays here, tell me exactly what you're afraid of. You hear about PHP, Sun Life, and it's great. But have you made a lot of money yet?
No.
And how long are you here?
4 months.
4 months. Okay. What is your fear? Realistically, just spit it out, and it's not a big deal. It's gonna.
Putting someone in the wrong house.
Okay. I just put someone wrong policy. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Chargeback. That scares me too. Chargebacks. Slow down and give her a chance. Milan? I like it. Actually, there's a kid from Milan coming to my house Thanksgiving for 10 days. I'm freaking out. My son gets involved in all these crazy things, and he's gonna have an exchange student. So my wife's telling me, I'm like, are you serious? We're gonna have some strange kid in my house? So my son's gonna go over there. It's freaky. Anyway, anybody else? Fear.
Really just misleading.
What is your name?
Aubrey Anderson.
I'm sorry?
Aubrey.
One more time.
Aubrey.
Aubrey, yes.
Yes. So just really just misleading them.
That's good. Misleading clients?
Some might not work for them, and they might not like it.
Yeah, it's good misleading client. That's good. Anybody else? This is open. Yes, sir. What's your name?
Shane.
I'm sorry?
Shane Russell.
I'm going to tell you a story. You know what my mother named me? You can look this up. There's a movie called Shane in the 60s.
There is.
The kid's name was Brandon DeWild. That's what I'm named after, by the way.
Really?
Yes, sir.
You sound like Rocky too.
Right? Well, that's a whole other story.
It's a New York thing.
We'll talk about that later. We're good. All right, man. So what's your fear, Shane?
Fear of failure.
Fear of failure. Anyone else?
Sing the
Yes,
right
ma'am. Why are you sitting in the corner? I got a chair right here. Okay, that's good.
So people who know me that know that we
You
have.
stand up to I'm sorry, I gotta make you comfortable. Uncomfortable gives you success. Go ahead. What's your name, by the way?
Bess.
Bess?
Yes,
Like
sir.
Best Buy?
And
I'm sorry, Bess. I'm teasing you. Go ahead. What do you got?
so the people that know that we've had our roller coaster financially, I have a fear of them not respecting me financially.
So you don't feel that the client's gonna respect you financially?
The people that I personally know, I feel like they're obviously they,
Okay.
they know more than me.
So fear of respect, client may know more. Is that good? Thank you, guys. Anyone else? Yes, sir. What's your name? Vincent. All right, Vinny, talk to me.
Vinny.
One of the fears is not being taught correctly how to expose myself.
I love it. Not being taught correctly, is that a way? Perfect.
The other one
Yes.
is not making enough money.
That's a big one. As a matter of fact, you're supposed to do that later, right there. You're not making enough money. Anyone else? Hey, you guys are brave. No more
About
fear.
fear of success.
Fear of success. Yeah, that freaks me out too. Danny Bonaducci, man. I want your autograph. We gotta take a picture together.
You got it.
You know Danny Bonaducci?
Danny Bonaducci. Yeah.
Partridge family, man.
That's
I'm
right.
a big Partridge family, man. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What's your name again?
Messina.
I'm sorry?
Messina. Not giving clear direction with all the information that the client needs.
Okay. Giving client clear direction?
Clear information.
Perfect. Love it. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
How about leading your directs the correct way?
That's important. Let me give her a shot, and she's gonna throw a pen at me.
Say-
Giving
Giving your directs correct, helping
Direction.
them, helping them get success.
provide new direction. Okay. Providing success to new licensing. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Tia.
I'm sorry.
Tia.
Tia.
Not being able to answer all the questions.
Oh, that freaks me out too. Let me give her a chance here. Better vote fast. She's like, man, I'm tired of this. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Suzanne.
Okay, now
Rejection.
rejection. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Rejection's good. No one else is afraid? Yes, sir.
Fear of acceptance.
Fear of acceptance.
What's your name?
Femi.
What is it?
Femi!
Femi? I
Femi.
like that. His name is Femi. I like that. Anyone else? Yes, sir. What's your name?
Greg.
Greg. You got it, Greg. Best friend is Greg. Greg Trelecky. He works. He's a good man. Yes.
Not being prepared for like a new recruit team. I guess misleading, but not being prepared.
Okay. Not prepared for new recruit.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am. What's your name?
Lynn.
Lynn. My sister's name is Linda. See, there's a relationship to everything.
New York.
Yeah.
New York.
Yes, Lynn.
Not being a good leader.
Not being a good leader. Cool. We're good? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Yeah. So not meeting up your target.
Now what?
Fear of not meeting up your target.
Fear of not meeting target. That's scary. Yeah, that's very good too. Yes, ma'am.
Fear of
No,
not
you're getting away. I
closing.
need your name.
Oh, okay. Dr. Bola.
Dr. Bola. I like
Dr.
it.
Bola.
Yes, ma'am.
Fear of not closing a prospect.
Not closing the prospect. Okay.
Mhm.
One more, sir.
That's actually what I had.
Oh, cool. I love it. What's your name?
Jerry.
Jerry. You got it, Jerry. We're good? Do you think this covers a lot of your fears?
Yes.
Yes.
I promise you that we're going to take care of all these answers. Will that help you a little bit? Will that bring you to point A to point B a little bit?
Yes.
Cool. You're not done. It's a different color.
He's the man.
Under recruit, can you write down, have you guys seen a blueprint manual?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you write down blueprint under recruit? What do you guys use, the hustle? Do you use the hustle?
Hustle.
Is that, because I know some places use something different, similar to the hustle. You know the hustle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so write down the hustle. And under sell, have you seen the sales playbook?
Yes.
That's a
Yes.
pretty damn good book. Greg Trelecky, and I helped him put it together. And it is, I will tell you that between me and Greg, I got mad at him. You know Greg Trelecky?
Yes.
Me and Greg are very close. He's an ex-baseball pitcher for St. Louis Cardinals. Nobody knows that. Because he doesn't like to talk about it either. But he's also an executive for EIG, and he's really been around since PhD started. He's close with Patrick. His wife is a CEO. The COO, Chief Operating Officer. I came on board and I adopted both of them. I love them both. I report directly to Patrick, and all three of us get together. And those two, him and his wife, are the pillars of his company. Infrastructure, it's all due to them. So when you see them, give them a hug. They're really good people. I love them both. Anyway, so we put together a sales playbook. Every page in this playbook, it is embraced by the industry. You're going to see every concept known to man in the insurance industry. You'll find in that playbook. Get your hands on it. but I would put down,
When will it be available?
actually, we just filled up the back office.
Yeah.
So literally last week.
Oh.
Yesterday.
So I would get in there and just order as many as you can while you can.
Yeah, they just showed up in the back office yesterday.
Yes, there you
Yeah.
go. So the sales playbook, I'd like you to write page 250. Page 250 is the papelito. And I will explain that to you in a minute why I highlight that page. Underneath the, let's see, we got blueprint, hustle, sales playbook, page 250. Under keep, what do you want to keep? You want to keep your recruits, right? You
Yep.
also want to keep this.
Money.
You're not here not to make money. You're here to make money and avoid, someone said the C word?
Chargeback.
Chargebacks, man. We don't want chargebacks. So you want to keep your recruits, you want to keep your money. Now here's the deal, and I want you to think carefully. I created this in one office, I went crazy because I'm trying to figure out, again, I report to Patrick and I see what he's doing and I try to amplify everything. This is the secret sauce. If you want to know how to make money, you're looking at it right there. That's a blueprint for the whole gizmo here. But I want you to write this down, $500,000 in 24 months. She's like, can I rest now? I need to write this. You can take a picture. Thank you very much. I'll bug you later. Thank you.
In how many months?
24 months. $500,000 in 24 months. It's not a lot of money. 500,000 in 24 months.
Not allowed.
No, it's not. It's not. No.
That's good enough.
Hold on. It
Not in this
starts with us.
industry.
It starts with us. I will tell you that what I'd like for you to do as a project is to walk to your family and your friends. And I want you to say to them, I was listening to this guy who works with Patrick, his Brandon Ortiz, that's who I am. And he told us that we're gonna make $500,000 in 24 months. And then what I'd like to do, I'd like for you to do is look at their reactions to you. They're gonna think you're nuts. What is your name, sir?
First name Kurt.
Kurt? Kurt?
Kurt, yes.
Kurt?
Kurt.
I can't hear you.
Kurt.
Kurt is hurt. No, you're not. But Kurt is gonna walk over to his family and say, "Yeah, I heard this guy Brandon. He said I'm gonna make $500,000 in 24 months. Are you crazy, Kurt? You out of your mind?
Literally all
You
crazy
drinking?
stuff.
Are you? I've known you all your life. You've never made more than 25 grand. Where the hell are you gonna get 500? You out of your mind? You better get out of that multi-level crap. Man, what's your name?
Tiana.
Tiana?
Tiana.
Tiana?
Yep.
Is it Tiana or Tiana?
Tiana.
I like Tiana, that's good. Tiana, are you crazy, Tiana? I'm your brother, man. I've known you all your life. What, you gonna go rob a bank? Are you crazy? You better stop drinking and smoking that stuff, you crazy man. You better cut that out. That guy, PHP, People Helping Patrick. I heard all about that. You heard? Sir, what's your name? Aubrey, are you? Listen, do me a favor, Aubrey. I've known, man, I love you, man. Uber is hiring, man. You can make some crazy money there. Make $500 a week.
I bet.
You know what? One more time, get a real job, man. Stop going that crazy. I heard about building these crazy. Are you out of here? Get out of that thing, man. It's insane. How much money did you make so far? None. And you're gonna keep going there? You keep torching? You hear what I'm saying? And I will tell you from my heart, it's not that I don't love my family and my friends. I love them, and I'm sure you do too. But think about this for a minute. It's hard for them. They've never broke out of that system where you're making X amount of money. Now here you are. I'm gonna make $500,000 in 24 months. Take a look. You've got 5 heads. If I can't do it, what makes you think you're gonna do it? There's no way in hell you're gonna do it. Come on, really? Your friends even worse. Because your friends, they go down and take it down with them. They don't want you getting out of there because it makes them even more miserable. When you're down, you know who your friends are. When you're up, you definitely know who your friends are not.
Right.
When I was
Yeah.
making money in 2008, I lost some money and I was like, damn, this sucks, I want it back. But I got time to make it up. Some people don't. I'm turning 57. But I was a little freaked out as I was getting older, but if it happens now, I kind of choke somebody. You get my drift? When you're young, you can bounce back, get back. But people, they're going to look at you and get crazy. You know, I used to love going to the circus. I loved it. Until I realized what they used to do to the elephants. And I love elephants. And I love them when they were babies. When they're born, they want to run around. They want to run around, chase rabbits around, have fun. They're kids. But when they do in a circus, they bring them, they put a rope on their leg. So you can look this up. And the elephant, they're trying to break free and they're crying. The elephants are very emotional. They're putting up their trunks and they try for about 3 weeks. They're trying to break free and they just say, screw this. But they have thick, thick memories. They don't forget. So now they're older and they're being fed and until they're walked around. But now they go back in the tent, they just give up. Now all of a sudden 30 years pass, they're still big, but they got a stupid little rope there, and they don't even bother anymore. They give up. That was scary. Volcano? Car?
What? Like something exploded, man.
Yeah.
There's one at one of the tables.
Oh, the black BMW window bro. I'm kidding. Anyway, let's look at it, folks. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Listen up for a minute.
Yeah.
So the little, you see what happened right there? No, you hear what had that noise just now? All of a sudden, the kid sets off a firecracker, and the elephant breaks out, because we react, we look. Elephant don't know that. They get scared. You put a mouse in front, they freak out. They rip the rope, they're running down the village, they're tearing down, they're stepping on cars, breaking through the village, and then half a mile, 3 miles later, damn, what the hell? Where am I? What's that damn rope? That rope that they could snap at, they just snapped it. They didn't even think about it. They ripped that and they're free. And they think, oh, I'm so stupid. It's been 30 years now. That stupid tag, I could have ripped out of this thing in no time. Take a minute, think about your situation. Are you that little baby elephant? And it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's just this goes on and on and on. You know, you're in this thing and you get up and you get up in the morning. And I mean that you get up, you go to work, take the train, you take the bus, you drive in traffic, you get to work, and Suzanne, can you say your name again? I can. No, I mess with her. Suzanne gets up, she takes the bus, she takes the train, she takes the car and traffic, she gets to work, and Suzanne shows up 5 minutes late to work, and somebody's like, Suzanne, I love you, but come on, you gotta be here on time. Suzanne decides to go to lunch, she has to get her nails done because it's a big deal, it's her psychological, I gotta relax, and all of a sudden it takes 15 minutes longer than it has to, she shows up at her lunch. I'm sorry, Suzanne, you can't keep doing this. You show up late in the morning last week, and now you take because you had your nails done. You can't do that. And Suzanne has to stay late at night. She's getting a little annoyed, and they notice that they want to keep her. They go, Suzanne, guess what? We're going to give you supervisory manager's position. And she's happy. She's like, man, I'm going to be a supervisor. No money, but she's going to be a supervisor. All that means is translation. Now she's got to work till 7 o'clock at night with no extra money. She's got the title with the responsibilities, but no cash. Kind of sucks. But then they want to keep saying, Suzanne, you know what? You're doing such a good job. It's April, and in December at the end, we're going to give you a little review. They call it a review, and we'll give you a raise. We love what you're doing, Suzanne. Matter of fact, we're going to buy you a pizza today. We're going to get you a bottle of wine to go with it. Keep it going. And she's thinking, man. And she goes home and tells the kids, I'm a supervisor. I get to sit in front of the boss at the end of the year and get my review. They love me. And she's feeling good. She was going. Now December comes, and that morning, she gets her hair done, buys a brand new dress, new shoes. Right? It took her 3 days for the shoes. Okay. And she shows up at work. She can't wait to get through this. She cannot wait to see her review, to see what she's gonna get. Now, have you calculated it out? Suzanne, what were you making when you were working in that position? Give me a number. $40,000. She was making $40,000. So anyone have the calculators out? Suzanne walks in this office. She's having a blast, and also a big desk and a big boss. And you never see those big chairs at the office that they have the big chairs for the guests. She walks in, they sit her down. Hey, Suzanne, here's your coffee. Can't wait for your review. And the boss comes over and says, Suzanne, this is a great job. We're gonna give you a 5% raise. And they give her a piece of paper. Now, $40,000 times 5% is how much? You guys?
2,000.
How much? So 2,000. How many days in a year?
365.
So take 2,000 divided by 365 days. What do you got?
No.
Give me a number. Give me a number. I want to know. I want an actual number. How much?
$5.48.
And $5.48 times 30%? It's how much? He gets one. How much?
$1.64.
So take $5.48 minus $1.64. What do you got?
$3.84.
So you made an extra $3.84 a day, Suzanne.
Killing it. Killing it.
Way back.
Is it? Am I hitting home?
Yeah.
So you're going crazy. You're working all this stuff. You're cutting your time. You're not getting nails done. Milan's ready to throw something. She said, "This sounds too real. I don't like this class." Right? I know. And they're giving her 5% raise. She's making nothing. So I want you to think about this, and it is frustrating because this is the way the world is structured right now. It is what it is. You have an opportunity right now, and when I met Patrick, I got emotional, and I said, you bought your ticket to heaven. I don't know if he remembers that first day when I met him, but that's what came out of my mouth. because I got to see people cheering, but I also got to see young people making stupid money. And it's not about the money, because I'll tell you the truth, sometimes you got it, sometimes you don't. It's not, I don't love money, but I love the good things that we can do with it, like the young lady who was speaking about cancer. I'll get into that in a minute. We can do a lot of good things with this if we do it right, and I don't love money. Don't ever misunderstand what I'm saying, but I love what I can do with it. That's a big deal. So, I'm sorry?
Money answers all things.
Yes and no.
That's what the Bible says.
Oh, that's good. That's all right. That's good. I'm not gonna argue with that. But you get my drift? So the idea is when you're feeling down, when you're not feeling, you're feeling like, oh my God, this sucks. I want you to think about where you came from. Because this is much, much better than where you came from. So how much money you gotta have in the bank? No, I
500,000.
gave you a number here. Well, you wrote it down.
500,000.
And how long?
Half a million.
24
24
months. Now say it together. 500,000.
24 months.
And I want you to get a little piece of paper, and I want you to put it on your refrigerator, the toilet, your underwear drawer, and your suitcase inside your laptop. I want you to put that number, because the more you say it, the more closer you get to reality. And I'm going to show you, give you all the tools on how you can do it, because it's right in front of you. Now, these are things that I heard Bill talk about earlier, and it is important. Everything he said, hopefully he took pictures of it. The secret sauce to this company, you got to recruit. And now, not only do you have to recruit, but you got to go out and sell life insurance. Now, I'll share this with you. If there's anyone ever putting you in a really uncomfortable, difficult situation, and you don't know how to excuse yourself from that situation, from that conversation, write this down. 3 words. Actually, 4 words. I sell life insurance. And I guarantee you they will run away from you. All you got to say is, I sell life insurance, and they leave. It is a difficult thing. Yeah, you can make stupid money doing it, but I'm scared to death because every time I bring it up, people run away from me. My family, even my family, I call them, and I'm calling Tia, my sister. I call her up, and her daughter answers the phone. I said, "Hi, Uncle Bray. Hey, what's your aunt?" She said she's in the shower, but she's standing right next to me. They're afraid I'm going to recruit them and sell them. So, Brandon, that's great, but how do I get over that? And we're going to show you how to do that. So the formula, you got to recruit, you got to sell, and you got to sell a lot of it as quickly as you can. But then the magical thing is, how do I keep this stuff? How do I keep the recruits, and how do I keep the money that I'm making? For those of you who recruited before, anybody in this room recruit people before? In this industry, I will tell you, why do you think they leave? What's your name again?
Jerry,
Jerry, why would a recruit leave?
they don't make money.
That's right. Anybody else?
No win.
No win? Anybody else? They're leaving because we're making a promise to them of how good this company is. We're talking to them about the companies they're working with and not getting along, and they want to get out of it, looking for any excuse to get out and make some real money. We're not delivering this. How can we deliver this if we're not making it on our own? How long are you sitting here?
4 months.
4 months? What was the most you made here?
Nothing.
Nothing. That freaks me out. That freaks me out. 3 months is way too long. 4 months is even longer. My goal is so that when you leave here today, you got homework to do. And we're going to start making some money, at least the process of it, next week or this week. I don't have time to wait. And it's not for me, it's for you. I hear Patrick sometimes, and he's right, because I felt the same thing. Labor Day. Labor Day, everyone is home. Oh, I'm going to take off because everyone's home. No, that's when you jump in the cold shower, you get out there, you got to work. You got to get out there when everyone's home. Go against the current. That's how I survived. And it's instinctively for me, but sometimes we have to teach other people because we're so used to being the elephant with the rope. Now, you want to make that money, I'm going to show you how to do it. You have to do the opposite of what everyone else does. So on these holidays, except Thanksgiving, Christmas, of course, but even then I'm working. But, the holidays, when I know people are off, the Jewish holidays, Christmas and all this other stuff, that's great, but I'm working. Because I know everyone's home. Veterans Day is coming up. I want you to think about this. Right now, it's the Breast Cancer Awareness Month. I'm going to show you how important that is to me personally. But I used to get involved with that, and obviously by doing something good, we're making money. So you got to think about this. I have to do the opposite of what everyone else does. We need activity today. I don't have time to wait. So my thing is, when you start recruiting, because recruiting is a big deal, we got to deliver. When I bring a new recruit on board and they're interested, I will tell them my expectation, if you're paying your fee, whatever it may be, to get licensed, the day you get your material, you have 2 weeks. You have 2 weeks to get licensed. And I will tell you straight out, and I know there's life and health, forget the health, take the life test, that's where you get paid. Then you can take the health test, because I want to make sure I don't have time for them to fail, take it again, they're going to open up the book. I don't have time for that. You got 2 weeks. You study within those 2 weeks. If you want to make money, how much money you got to have?
$500,000.
And how long?
20 months.
That's the expectation. You got 2 weeks to pass that test. And you need help along the way, I'm here to help you. Now, obviously, 2 weeks ends and something really emergency happened, give them another week. But the expectations have to be set. Now, from the day that you get licensed, starting from the day you get licensed, we got work to do. Within that month, you need to have business coming in. Well, I don't get paid because I'm not, so what? And I'm going to show you how to do that too. We don't have time. Because once you don't deliver this, we got a problem. I had to go to Puerto Rico, and there's a guy there by the name of Ricky Lopez. Some of you might know him, and if you don't, I'll tell you his story. I went down, he said, "Bring your guy, I can help us." I said, "Ricky, I need at least 100 people." He got 150 people in the room. Beautiful office. So where'd you get the office? Oh, I kind of bartered for it. Like, okay. Full house. I got everything on video. We had a good time. We go out to lunch, and we sat down. And as I'm sitting with him and his MDs, I go, "Ricky, how did you survive this Hurricane Maria?" Now, if you don't know the background of Puerto Rico, 3,000 people died. Not 10, not 20, not 3,000. That's a lot of people. And it was disastrous. And Ricky started getting emotional. He says, "I lost my house, I lost my car, and then I lost my children because my wife took off because he wasn't delivering this. She left him. And it was rough. And he starts getting emotional, and his MDs are standing around here getting emotional. And then he told me the stories. He normally, to get from one end of the island to the other, it's about a 2 hour, almost 3 hour drive. To take a bus during normal circumstances, about 5 to 8 hours. He had a BOM Saturday morning at 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, 8 o'clock he had to be there, right? That afternoon before, he took the bus. No air conditioning, 120 degrees, some of the roads were closed, so that normal 8 hour bus ride took about 14 hours. He got there, he left the afternoon before, slept on the bus, he stopped from town to town, it's really horrific. He finally gets there, and he's all disheveled like I look now. But his MDs greeted him and go, "How'd you get here?" He goes, "Well, I lost my car." "Where's your car?" "I took the bus." "You took the what?" He took the bus. And they collected all their assets and they bought him a car. His MDs. And as they tell me the story, I'm going like this. "Damn, look at that fly up there." And I'm going like this. Because I don't want this thing to get emotional. But I was emotional. I mean, it hit me. I mean, I realized, I said, "Guys," and I looked right at him and I said, "Ricky, why do you think they bought you a car?" And I'm saying it in front of his MDs. "Oh, because they're good people." I go, "Don't be stupid, please." Because I'm very blunt. Don't be stupid, please. You're a smart guy. Don't tell me that because they're good people. And they're all getting emotional. And I go, "Why do you think that they collected money and they bought you a car?" "I don't know." I said, "You know why? Because when you brought them on board, some were relatives, some weren't, you delivered. You see, you sold them the dream and you actually delivered this and put this in their pocket.
That's right.
And I'm not saying money is everything, but you delivered on your promise. You helped their families go up, and they'll never forget it. They're immediately loyal to you. They will break their back for you. As a matter of fact, if you have someone poisoning your well, your office, those people will defend you. They'll kick them right out. Do you know Kahindi? Anybody know Kahindi?
Yes.
Florida? I love Kahindi and his wife. I mean, I really adopted them too. He called me up and he says, "Brad, I need some help." And Kahindi's been here from the get-go with Patrick. Guy's intelligent. Guy knows his stuff. The guy made stupid money. I mean, stupider money, which is good. But at some point, it doesn't matter how much experience you have, you're going to have your ups and downs. And he calls me up. We got to know each other. He confided in me. He says, "Look, I don't know what's going on, but I'm losing recruits. Something going on." And when I went there, he had like 15, 20 people. It's not big for him. And then we started talking afterwards, and we found it was one person poisoning the well. One person who did not get this, and not because he wasn't trying to deliver. Not everyone makes it. That's okay.